Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video. The story takes place on planet Vegeta, with the same events transpiring with Bardock. Now has he taken over a planet, Bardock was given the ability and a curse to be able to see instances of the future. He knows about Frieza's plan to overthrow planet Vegeta and to completely destroy it. Bardock's team was all gone. As Bardock was nearly killed by Dodoria, Bardock was able to make it back to planet Vegeta and get healed, but then he realizes that the Saiyans are not listening to him. Bardock would then go to his son. The issue with his son is that they couldn't actually sense his battle power. Every time that they tried sensing it, it would instantly explode, and they think there must be a glitch. Maybe he's so weak that the systems can't scan it. It must be a technical error. They didn't have time to look into it, as Bardock would have beaten through them to get his son. Bardock would have then put him into a space pod, as he knows that Frieza has arrived. Frieza has already killed King Vegeta by this point, and Prince Vegeta and the others are off-world. Bardock knows that this will change the future, as Bardock has seen his son fighting Frieza, but something was different about him. He was in this amazing white-haired form and with red eyes. Thinks his son became a Super Saiyan. It must be the only way. Bardock would then bid farewell to his son and then send him off, as Bardock would then battle through all of Frieza's soldiers, and he would then finally see Frieza come out of the top of his spaceship. Bardock would then tell Frieza that he's tired of taking rules from him and that he cannot hold him back anymore. And the Saiyans are not his puppies that can just do whatever they want. This is when Frieza would then slowly raise his finger. Of course, he begins laughing, as Bardock knew what was coming, but Bardock was ready to die, because he knows that this will change the future forever. Bardock would then charge his javelin cannon right in his hand, and he would then throw it at Frieza, telling him to just take all he has. Frieza would then begin laughing, as the small beam in his finger would then grow bigger and bigger and bigger. This is when he then forms a supernova, as Bardock's javelin cannon was instantly absorbed by it. This is when he would throw it right at Bardock, and it would engulf him, plus destroying a good chunk of his men, then hitting planet Vegeta. While Bardock was falling, he then sees his son, as he then smiles, yelling Kakarot one last time, before he was completely destroyed alongside planet Vegeta. Now, how is this version of Son Goku going to be able to hold this beast form? For those of you who don't know what the beast form is, it is a power given to Gohan when he unlocks it, acting more human than he is Saiyan. This power is insanely strong. He was able to go from not being able to beat Cell Max to annihilating him, being able to fight Broly and even his father on Beerus's world. Gohan here has become the strongest in the world, stated by the movie guidelines. This means that this form is in the realms of the Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, and Legendary Power, as it increases your strength higher than anything's ever seen before. And we've only just gotten this form, so we don't know if it's complete or if this form still is very early in its stages of power. We do not know. Can it be updated just like a Super Saiyan power? But there always can be a way to make a form stronger, which I think we'll see Gohan begin doing. Goku would have still met Grandpa Gohan just like the original What If, as Goku would have still fallen and hit his head. This would have made Goku more lighthearted and happy. Now Goku here is a lot stronger, but he's still an infant, as you need to understand, even though this What If is completely out of proportions, I'm going to add at least a little bit of realism in the mix. The fact that Goku does not have full access to the beast form. It is his natural state, but he can't access it yet. But this version of Goku is already different, as his hair already has white streaks in it, compared to just his jet black hair like the original. And whenever he gets upset, Grandpa Gohan can see that his hair rises and starts to grow bigger, and his eyes have always stayed as red pupils, giving Goku a pretty unique look. Goku here would begin his training under Grandpa Gohan, learning how to survive on his own and learning how to train how to be a fighter. This is when Bulma would have still showed up, as Bulma still showed up to of course begin to look for the Dragon Balls for her summer vacation. This is when she would then discover Goku, who has the 4-star Dragon Ball. Now Goku would have still turned into a Grade Ape, and in reality, a Grade Ape with Beast form, it would have completely obliterated the planet and probably the solar system. But we're just going to say that Grandpa Gohan was able to subdue him in some magical way, like maybe calming him down, but his injuries were too great and he still passed away of the damages. So Goku was all alone for the next couple of years. Once when he meets Bulma, she would try offering to of course get the Dragon Ball, which Goku would instantly deny. Bulma has an idea. Instead, just to bring Goku along, he'd be a good bodyguard, quote unquote. Goku would then agree, and they would begin to go on their journey. They would then meet the turtle, who was actually lost and he couldn't find the ocean. He was getting really thirsty. They would then finally bring him to the ocean and then get him some seawater for him to drink, which he was very thankful. This is when they would meet the legendary Master Roshi. Roshi would have given them the 3-star Dragon Ball and even the Flying Nimbus, which Goku can get back on. Now Goku is very pure-hearted. Even though the Beast form does increase your aggression, Goku is still pure. So the Flying Nimbus would still work, not for Bulma though. Roshi notices the incredible power that Goku possesses within him. He never thought that a power like this was possible. It was almost just like he was looking at a whole sun of power, and this was only scratching the surface of it. Roshi takes a very big interest in Goku, but he'll save it for another time. This is when Goku would have been able to easily defeat Oolong, and they would have been given the 6-star Dragon Ball. Now on their journey, any other bandit or any other person that gets in their way, Goku can easily defeat them. This version of Goku is already way stronger, and if we do get into power levels, it's only going to make the comment section get more irritated, but I'm just going to go off just pure scaling. Goku by this point is already stronger than the levels of Nappa and even early Vegeta, which goes to show that even with basic training, he's already very strong, and to remind you that he's not using his full power, or like 0.1% actually. Because if he does try to use more of his power, it could make his body explode, he could die. He needs to mature and finally grow into an adult where he has his full body and he also gets used to the power and he doesn't kill himself trying to use this ungodly strength. This is when he would have also defeated Yamcha and Puar, and they would decide to secretly follow Goku, Bulma, and Oolong on their quest. Now, this is also a side with Master Roshi would still use the Kamehameha to put out the flames on the Frying Pan Mountain. Now, although they do destroy the castle and the mountain as well, among the debris, they do find the 7-star Dragon Ball. Now, this is when Goku would have actually defeated the Boss Rabbit Gang, and he would still sent them to the moon, just like before. Now, Mai and Shu would actually steal the Dragon Balls from Goku and the gang. Now, Pilaf would summon Shenron, and Oolong would still wish for the underwear, and that would happen roughly the same as his gag comedy. Now, Goku, by this point, if you guys remember, he was locked up and put in Pilaf's castle. Now, if this would have follows the same concept of him being locked up, which would not be defeated by the Pilaf gang anyway, Goku would not need to look at the moon to turn into a Grade Ape to get out. Goku's power is so high that he can easily use his just pure strength, and he can easily kick out of the wall and completely obliterate it. And he was able to get himself and his friends out. This is when Goku and Krillin would still become Master Roshi students after finding the lady, aka Launch. Now, Roshi would then move his house to a larger island, and this was part of the events of the Dragon Ball Sleeping Princess in the Devil's Castle. Now, this is when Roshi, Krillin, and Launch would spend the next 3 days, and they were knocked out because they were eating poisonous pufferfish. That would still happen, comedically. Now, this is when the main part happens. Goku and Krillin would then begin their training under Master Roshi. They would then spend 7 months training for the next tournament. Now, mind you as well, Goku's training will be very different from Krillin. When Roshi was testing out how fast they are, how strong they are, Goku easily blitzed past, and it was way faster than Roshi even thought was possible. He couldn't even see Goku move, it was that fast. And Goku was easily able to lift the rock up with just a finger, as it shocked Roshi and Krillin, which is how strong Goku actually was. But Roshi would still train him anyway. While true, he has this incredible power, he doesn't know how to use it properly, as he doesn't really know how to control the life force within him. Now, Master Roshi actually doesn't even have a shell big enough to actually weigh Goku down in any way. He does his very best though to teach Goku, but his training will be different. It's not so much as weight training to grow stronger. Goku is strong enough. Roshi's going to do everything he can to teach Goku how to control the raging power that he has within. Use ki abilities. Now, Goku already learned the Kamehameha wave the first time that he saw it. Now, Goku would also learn other abilities, how to control and how to meditate, to try and tap into more of his power, but it was very difficult, as even when he tried tapping into more of it, it nearly felt like it was going to kill him, as the power was so immense, he couldn't even handle it. Now, this is when the Red Ribbon Army would then begin their quest to go search for the Dragon Balls, as now going back to Krillin and Master Roshi and Goku, they would then leave Kame House to participate in the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. Now, Master Roshi would still take the place of Jackie Chun. Now, in this time around, Goku's placing will be very high. He already wins the tournament without even trying. Even though Roshi has probably kept his training up now being motivated, he has zero chance, I mean literally zero, of beating Goku. And any other opponent that Goku fought, he easily defeated within a single strike, giving them the Saitama treatment from One Punch Man. They have no chance of beating this version of Goku. Roshi would have done meh because Goku was holding back. Roshi would have already gone to his full power, and he already knows how Goku fights because he taught him, but then Goku would then smile once when he gets serious as they test each other first. Goku would then showcase his speed and deliver a powerful headbutt right to Roshi's stomach. This would then send Roshi right into the wall, and he would have been defeated within one strike of a more serious Goku. Now, during the Red Ribbon Army arc, this is when they begin their search for Dragon Balls, and Goku was fighting against them to try and get it. Now, the only difference here is that with Goku being so much stronger, way more durable, way faster, of course, Red Ribbon Army, I feel, would still get the 65-star Dragon Balls, but Goku would easily defeat Colonial Silver and he'll get the Dragon Balls back. And within a single ki blast, he completely destroyed the White Corp and Muscle Tower. Now, Goku still needs the Dragon Radar to find them. Now, once when Bulma repairs them and fix it, Goku would easily one-shot General Blue. And before this, would he still land in Penguin Village? I would say yes, and he'd probably still meet Ariel, who he would actually fight for fun. And Ariel's a gag character who would actually beat Goku. Now, some people might be confused by that, but Ariel is a gag character created by the legendary Akira Toriyama. Ariel literally has no power scaling, as she's gone from Dragon Ball to being able to easily knock around Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and even surviving a hit from Beerus. She's a very weird character, so her scaling is irrelevant. She's as strong as the plot needs her to be because she's a gag character. So she would have actually been able to beat Goku on her own, which was surprising. This was the first time that Goku's technically lost, and this does humble him a little bit, but Goku's happy that he lost because now he sees somebody so strong that he can start training and getting ready to get stronger for it. This gives him more motivation to train harder. Now, Mercenary Tao would have still showed up not to kill General Blue. Goku would have easily defeated Mercenary Tao within a single strike, but I don't think it would have killed him. It would have probably launched him away. Now, they were still at the base of Corn Tower. Now, Oppa and his father were not killed by Mercenary Tao, just like stating before, because Goku had defeated him. Now, Goku would actually reach the top of Corn's Tower, and he would actually begin his training. Now, Corn senses how strong Goku was. Now, Goku, within not even 3 days, he'd probably get it in a single day of actual training, as Goku's adaptability is so intense that he can easily learn what Corn has to survive. Goku would easily drink the water, and he would be able to survive. Now, Goku, again, would have went down, and he would have completely obliterated the Red Ribbon Army. Now, the difference here with the Red Ribbon Army is the fact that Goku would have pretty much destroyed most of them. And would Dr. Gero still survive? I would think that he would, because of the fact that Dr. Gero here is still in the behind the scenes. He's still hidden. Goku would have still defeated them similar to how he did before. He might have caused more damage, but Dr. Gero is the main one that survives. And he will return for one day. And in the Fortune Teller Baba Battle Arena, Goku would defeat everybody, even his grandpa Gohan, who he would have been really happy to see him. Now, this is when we're going to cut forward, and this is when Goku would begin his training to run around the world. As he could already do this, he would then fight the Plague of Terror, Goku would then meet Master Chin, and he would fight the Sky Dragon. Now, Goku would have easily defeated them, as Goku would then enter the Demon World, and this is when he would have met Tien Shinhan for the first time. Now, Goku would actually swim to the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament, where he would begin his fight with Tien Shinhan. Now, Goku would easily win against Tien Shinhan. He has no chance against this version of Goku. Krillin would have still been killed by Tambourine, as Demon King Piccolo appears. Goku seeing his friend dead unlocks more of his anger. This increases his power massively, making him even stronger than before as he's angry, as much as his body can take right now without exploding. Goku would then find Demon King Piccolo, as he already easily killed Tambourine. Once when he crosses paths with Piccolo, Piccolo was easily defeated. Goku would have defeated him within a single strike, completely obliterating him. Now this also means that Piccolo Jr. was not brought back to life, so he's dead. Now this also means that Kami would die in the What If. So for us to keep the Dragon Balls in this What If, I'm going to say that Goku would give him the same treatment, punching a hole right through his stomach. Now, Demon King Piccolo, either way, whether he's barely alive, he would still spit out an egg. And I feel like he might have already done this because of the fact that he also saw how strong Goku was, the fact that even if he had his youth, it wouldn't stop him. So he already has a plan B, and he already spat out an egg for Piccolo Jr. before Goku even showed up. But following this line, when Goku easily defeats him, Kami does not disappear. As now, this is when Goku would then show up to go meet the Lookout, as he would then meet Mr. Popo and Kami. Now, for the next 3 years, he would begin his training. Goku would actually be able to survive going in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and Kami would even join him. Now, while true, Kami's a very old man, and he can't really handle the gravity, he would kind of not be stepping on foot in a Hyperbolic Time Chamber. He'll just be in there with Goku to continue training him under a faster time. Now, if you guys remember the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, as soon as you step off the platform, then you're hit with the gravity. So Kami can just sit right there, and he can help Goku train. Goku would get pushed down by the gravity at first. It was 10 times and he was not used to it, but he would very quickly adapt to it and be able to learn how to control the gravity easily within the next day. As it was nothing to him, it would then continue training. Now Kami would never remove his tail, as he never saw Goku turn into the Great Ape and it had problems. Kami also never restored the planet's moon because it was never destroyed. Now, this is when Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and Chaozu would then climb Korin Tower, and they would begin training, and they would begin to split up and train on their own for the remaining time for the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. Now, this is where we're going to have Goku's training is very intense, as Goku's now doing more meditation. He is keeping his martial arts and power training up, but meditation to use power more is more intriguing to Kami. Now, this is when Goku, after these 3+ years of training, has now grown much stronger. As the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament would then take place, Goku would then arrive and see his friends after so long. Now Goku would actually look similar. He still has his black hair, but he still has the red pupils. But now being a full-grown man, Bulma thinks he was very handsome. Now, during his adventures, he did still meet Chi-Chi. Goku, even though he is much stronger, he is still the lighthearted Goku that we all know and love. I know that some people don't like Chi-Chi. I don't see a problem with her. Goku here, I think, would have still gotten with Chi-Chi, because he still is childish in heart and not the sharpest tool in the shed. He would have still offered to marry her when that day comes, and Goku thought it was some kind of food, so he didn't really think marriage was a commitment. But once when he actually does fight Chi-Chi, he would have still handled her very similar, as he wasn't even trying to begin with. He would have still knocked her out of the ring, and he would still offer Chi-Chi to marry him, which Chi-Chi would then agree. This is when Piccolo Jr. was watching. Now, Piccolo Jr. has been actually doing a lot more intense training. with the fact that he knows that Goku is very strong. Now, he doesn't even know if he can even touch this version of Beast Goku, but he's still going to try everything he can to try and beat him. This is when Goku would then easily go through everyone in his way. He and Shenhan would have no chance against Goku. Even though he's trained harder, having a goal to surpass, Goku would have easily defeated him. Even with his splitting technique, having 4 of them, Goku would have knocked them out within at least 30 seconds. Now with Piccolo Jr., Goku would have easily defeated him, as unfortunately, even though Demon King Piccolo is very strong, Piccolo Jr. is even stronger than that. Goku's at a whole different level. Now Piccolo Jr. does have something. He's been actually able to learn the special beam cannon way before the Raditz saga. Now this means that once when he throws it right at Goku, it hits his stomach head on. This does destroy his top G, as Goku would rip it off, but there wasn't even a mark on him. This would utterly shock Piccolo, as his power spiked a lot, as Piccolo here has a power level of roughly 4 to 500. With the special beam cannon, it's almost 2 to 3,000, and it hit Goku when he was perfectly fine. Goku would then smirk and state that was the most powerful attack I've ever been hit by anyone before. He would then knock out Piccolo, as Kami would have tried killing Piccolo, but then Goku would stop him, as he knows that if Piccolo dies, or Kami dies, then the Dragon Balls disappear. This is when Piccolo would then be spared, as he would then leave. As now cutting forward, a couple more years later, Gohan would have still been born just like before. Now Gohan is not born in beast form, just for people clarifying. Gohan at this point, his potential is even higher than it originally was, but not by a massive margin. His potential is already broken as is. But him having a stronger father figure does actually increase his battle power in general, as Goku here is so much stronger. Gohan by this point, oh yeah, he's definitely stronger. Now within 5 years later, in age 761, this is when Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz were destroying the planet Sheik. As this is when Raditz would then remember that the Earth is in their coordinates, and he would remember about Goku, aka Kakarot. He would then remember that he's his brother and the fact that he might be nearby, and he's gonna just go pick him up, and he would then go try, rescuing his brother in a way. Gohan by this point of training, as he's already still insanely strong, but he's still being smothered by Chi-Chi. Now, Gohan here is already insanely powerful, even for his birth power level. Gohan is already at power levels of 500s easily, so now that he's a grown boy, he didn't really get much training in. But his power level was still roughly 600. But now, of course, he's just a boy, he hasn't really been fully trained yet, still gets scared easily, so he wouldn't really be able to know how to use it. This is when Raditz would still appear, and easily be spared by the farmer with a shotgun, as his power level is even higher than Zeno's at this point. But he would have spared Raditz, and Raditz would then left just like before. Now Raditz would then meet Piccolo about halfway and scare him with his power, as Goku at this point would have been at Kami's house and go meet his friends, Master Roshi and Bulma and the others, as it's been 5 years. They would then meet his son Gohan. Roshi and Krillin would have then sensed just how strong that boy was. Even Piccolo, who was there the whole time, would have been amazed at that boy's battle power, and he hasn't even done full training yet. Now, Gohan would have been playing with the turtle, messing around, as then Raditz would then appear. Raditz would, by this point, just to remind you, he wouldn't actually be able to see Goku's power level. Thought this was, as it was a power level of 600, and he thought it was his brother. It was actually Gohan's power level that he was sensing, just to remind you. Goku's battle power was not being able to be sensed by the scouter because of how high it is. Just to let you guys know, that's how Raditz found them. So, once when Raditz meets up, he would then tap his scouter, but see that his power level says 0, as it can't be sensed, which would confuse him, but he would see that his son has a battle power of 600, which would utterly shock him, as he would then explain to him who he was, that he was a Saiyan from planet Vegeta. It was destroyed by a big asteroid, the fact that they're tyrannical rulers and pirates and so on, and he wants Goku to join him, as he then sees that he does have his tail still, just to remind you, so he's not offended by that. He would then tell him to come join him. Goku would easily decline, as this is when Krillin would then walk up and he would still be smacked into the wall by Raditz. Now by this point in time, he would then try grabbing Gohan. Now he would not try to hit Goku at first because he doesn't know his battle power, but I feel like he would try to use his full speed and hit Goku. Goku would easily catch his elbow, and he would then launch him into the air. Raditz was shocked he was able to catch him at that speed, but he was not too shocked, as he's still holding back. Raditz would then power up to his full strength, and he would charge up a double Sunday, throwing it right at Goku. Goku by this point would then tell him you have one chance to leave, and if he fires that, then he will destroy him. As remember, Goku's beast form is kicking in. He's a bit less merciful, as the fact that he just tried taking his son and he hurt his friend, the beast form was taking over a little bit, making him a bit more menacing, having that deeper voice. As this would then cause Raditz to still consider it, but he would still throw it right at Goku anyway. Goku would then charge up a powerful Ki Blast and throw it, as it would easily overpower the double Sunday, hitting Raditz and completely obliterating him. This would shoot a massive hole through his stomach and chest, as he would then fall to the ground, and he would then tell them about the two Saiyans that are stronger than he is, arriving soon. Now, the Saiyans, would they show up? I feel like Raditz would then tell them that you must be a Super Saiyan, look at your eyes, the red eyes. This would then pique their interest and they would begin heading toward Earth. As now, Bulma would then take a scouter and begin tinkering with it to change it to human language so she can see it, and she can be able to read battle powers. Now, during this time, as we know, this is when Goku originally died. As we now know, the fact that would Gohan still go with Piccolo? I would actually say yes, as Goku would still know the fact that he does need to keep on training, and Piccolo would then actually take Gohan, and he would tell Goku that he's not going to try anything and hurt him at all. The fact that he's going to train him the right way and teach him how to survive, Goku would actually agree and win the Father of the Year mug. Now Goku agreeing to this, Piccolo would then leave to go train Gohan, as then the roughly 1 year would then pass. Now just like before, this is when Vegeta and Nappa would then arrive. Now this means that Goku never trained with King Kai. Now this means that there is no Kaioken, there's no Spirit Bomb. Now you could say that Goku could have talked to Kami and Kami could have told him about a Grand Master in the other side of the other world, but I wouldn't think so yet, as Goku wouldn't be over there. He would probably be training at home, and then he would then soon join Gohan and Piccolo, helping Gohan's power grow even stronger. Now having two teachers to help him, this will increase his power massively. Also give Piccolo more of a break, so Piccolo can actually train more harder too, and Goku's already strong as is. Now once when Vegeta and Nappa would arrive, their saga will end very quickly. Goku never ever shows up late. So, since he never showed up late, none of the Z Fighters actually die, and they wouldn't even be able to use the Cybermen. So, when Nappa would actually come in, Piccolo would actually battle him, and Piccolo would actually be able to defeat Nappa. Though it was a very close fight, Piccolo has gotten a little bit stronger. Just the fact that he was already naturally stronger at the beginning of training, and he also has Goku and a bigger goal, Piccolo's actually grown a lot. He's also mastered his special beam cannon, and that's how he gets Nappa originally, firing one as it would hit Nappa, catching him off guard, and it would kill him. This is when Vegeta would then begin battling, as Goku would then step in and fight him. Now this is when Goku would then showcase the beast form in full sway, in a way, as he can't utilize the full power just yet, as it's so powerful that it's just insanity. But he's going to give it a try and see what happens, as he's never tried it before. Now it could kill him, is what Kami said, but he still wants to try. Goku would then begin powering up. His hair would begin to grow and rise as Vegeta was staring in shock. His scouter already blew up at this point, as Goku would then transform into his full beast mode. Now in terms of power scaling, I'm just going to tell you guys this. We don't know how strong the beast form boosts his power, but Gohan was able to go from being near Super Saiyan Blue level in Mystic to being able to battle people that are in Ultra Instinct, that, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and one-shot almost to Cell Max, who by this point would have given Broly trouble, just for clarification. Goku by this point, in his normal base-ish form, without going full beast, was already stronger than the realm of, I would definitely say, first form Frieza, and even stronger. I would even say second form Frieza. Now, he's at second form Frieza, which is around 1.5 million. Imagine if he went full beast mode. He was only using way less than 1% of his power. Where do you guys think power scaling wise he'll be at? Will he be on the level of Cell, full power? Will he be on the level of Majin Buu? How strong is this version of Goku currently in full power beast form? Let me know in the comment section down below. Vegeta would have been easily defeated by this version of Goku. He would have no chance. Goku would have still spared him, as he doesn't see that Vegeta is full evil. He's being used almost. Vegeta would then get into his space pod and to say that it was a mistake to spare him, and he would then fly off. Now, would Frieza go towards him and do something? I definitely don't think so, because they would never need to go to Planet Namek. They would also never get Dende. Now, this also does mean the fact that none of their friends died and get even the King Kai training too, like Tien and Yamcha and so on. This also means that Piccolo would never fuse with Nail. This also means that Goku would never go unlock Super Saiyan and go fight Frieza on Planet Namek. This means that Frieza is not killed. But for the time being, Frieza does not know about the Dragon Balls. So Vegeta would have still been spared, and I still think later on he would have probably came back to planet Earth because he has nowhere else to go. And that is it for this What If, you guys. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have made it this far, make sure to get this video to 300 likes. If it reaches this like goal, I will continue on to part 2. But anyway, thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Let's say to 20,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all later.